Welcome to Healthy Cooking with Chef Jeff Today we are live on this young man's farm here. It is Sims Palms Farm and Meats. Come on, you got the good stuff right here. I'm gonna let him tell you about it. Go ahead.
Jeff, we appreciate y'all coming out. Just want to let everybody know most of the vegetables here today are here available on Saturdays, 10 to 2. Everything has got to be grown or produced locally to be sold here. Saturday mornings, 10 to 2, we've got honey from several different vendors. That one came from Red Clay Farms. The eggs came from Green Acres. We've got peppers from MoFlo Vertical Gardens. We got peppers from Big D's. We've also got vegetable, onions, carrots, lettuce, kale, mustard from Red Clay Farms, as well as quite a few others. But anyway, I appreciate y'all coming out today.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Y'all heard it live.
Cook some pork chops, right?
That's right. I got some pork chops right here.
Well, they're raised right here.
Right here on this farm. How about that? You can't go wrong with that. All right.
Well, I don't get any way.
Okay, and let me go ahead and put some of these groceries together for you. All right. I'm gonna start out just like he mentioned. I got this guy right here heating up real well. We're gonna season these pork chops up, and we're gonna trim some of that fat. We're gonna use that fat to make something with. All right. So we're gonna do some things here. It's a beautiful day. I wish that camera could show up that big, beautiful blue sky. All right, but in the meantime, we can't do that. Let's see. I'm gonna have some corn I got back here. I got it just heating up just a little bit. I'm gonna shave it off and put it with these peppers and the zucchini and the onion, and we'll make something similar to a southern style succotash without the beans and the okra and all that kind of good stuff. And I also got a few red beet potatoes here. I'm gonna saute these guys off for my starch with some onions and stuff. And I'm gonna do a little bit of twist to it. I'm gonna take a little bit of Italian seasoning and put that. And also got some chicken breasts I got back here too. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on that. Let me put my famous gloves on, if I can find them. They're right here. All right. So Facebook Live, all y'all peoples out there watching us on Facebook, please comment on us. Say you like the Healthy Cooking with Chef Jeff show, or you can always go to the website, LaGrange LGTV. You can also go to that website and watch all the things that's going on the website. Okay. Because we like to entertain, and people like to eat. Yep. For the first time on the show, look at that fat trim on there, boy. That right there, I'm gonna trim it off, and we're gonna fry that bad boy, get that remnants off it. And we're gonna do some things with that. We're gonna season it up too, so you can eat that too, for those people who like pork fat. All right. Now, a little bit of salt, pepper. Can't eat pork chop without pepper. Can't eat pork chop without salt. All right, this right here, some McCormick barbecue seasoning. So putting that on there. So to have that light barbecue-like flavor to it. I wish y'all could smell that. I really do wish y'all could smell it. It could smell just like I just throwed it off the barbecue grill. All right. Now, move this guy out the way, and we're gonna trim him up just a little bit. I'm gonna save that. You see that fat there? I'm gonna save that. Put this guy. And you're probably wondering why I'm putting olive oil on here. I'm looking for flavor also. And it's just a general flavor. Now, this guy's good and hot. Yeah, I save these guys for later. Take these gloves off. Man, I'm glad to be outside. I am. I'm so glad to be outside. Because in the kitchen, you're in there, you don't get fresh air in the kitchen, you get air conditioning. And you can only do so much in air conditioning. All right. Now, while those guys are doing their thing, I'm gonna prepare the property to starch next, which is gonna be some potatoes, onions, and a little bit of dressing there, that Italian dressing there. And afterwards, I'm gonna take this corn I got over here and add it to the vegetables. That's gonna be my vegetable. Yeah, you may say I got two starches going on there, but I do. But I also got some baby carrots over here. I'm gonna take a few of those baby carrots and cut up and put in there too. So you'll be able to see it, all right? See what I'm doing here. And if you hear a train come by or a lot of traffic in the background, that lets you know I'm outside. And we out at the farm. And you know, those things happen around the farm, okay? So it's a lot of fun being outside on the road. I miss my people at Vernon Woods, but we're gonna have to do a show at Vernon Woods again because they've been asking me, when the next time you're gonna do a show? Oops. Well, that goes to show you I'm outside. The wind blows everything down. All right, let's get started. And right on cue. Like I said, right on cue. There goes that train, and you're gonna hear them tracks. And you're gonna hear that traffic. Oops, I better pay attention to what I'm doing over here, because with my pork, I know it's a 1/2 inch thick. And look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, nice and hot. You see how that barbecue season season that very well? And I'm gonna have to slow it down a little bit and let it cook so that all those juices and all that can settle in. Now, that fat I was telling you about, yeah, some people said fat ain't healthy for you. Yeah, you're right. It isn't healthy for you, but it does taste good. Where do you think this comes from? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna julienne my my potatoes. And these are just red beet potatoes. And that's a cut when I say julienne, it's just a cut. That's all. And then I'm gonna season these guys. All right. And there goes the train. I'm gonna use this nice onion I got from him so people can see. See how beautiful that is on the inside? It may look rusted on the outside. That doesn't mean anything that it look rusted on the outside. But where you're getting the flavors from the onion itself. See how nice that looks when you peel all that back? That's a beautiful onion. And red onion tends to have a little bit more flavor to it. Than a white onion, yellow onion, some people call it. Cut this guy in half. We'll set him there. And we're going to julienne it too. See how that came out? It came out nice. Now, the next thing I'm going to add to it is a little bit of this bell pepper. This is a nice bell pepper. You see how it looks on the inside there? All that moisture to it. It's not dry. With all that rain, you know, it kind of helps. And now that following week with that sun, it kind of see the difference? The redness of it. That's a great thing. Now, me, I like to take the membrane and all this out with my hand instead of trying to cut it out with a knife. I save myself a lot more pepper that way. I hope everybody at Vernon Woods looking at it on their while they're trying to work, and I'm being a big distraction for them. And this is also cut so it can work in there too. So I got 98% of my pepper, and I didn't lose that much. So when you're paying for stuff, you want to make sure you watch what you're doing when you're prepping, not waste your product, because it costs a lot of money. You know, they used to say produce is cheap. Nah, produce ain't cheap. Okay, and you see how that fat came out? I hope you can see that. See how it crispening up? And that's what I was looking for. All right, that same olive oil I'm gonna put in here. And I'm putting enough to coat the pan. So when it comes to cooking it, it'll be with the onions, the peppers, and the potatoes, and put a little bit of S&P on them. And you know, doing this like so, it's gonna be almost like you're having Woo-wee, that smells real good. That really smells good. Those onions like that. I preheated my pan because those potatoes, they're not going to take that long. And guess what I'm going to do next? Those guys smelling good. They looking good. It's still kind of on the raw side there, and I'm going along the bone here to make sure. Yeah, we still got a little bit of pink there. And then, like any other meat, you want it to rest. So when it's finished cooking, all the meat and stuff and juice will settle down. All right. Look good, doesn't it? Man. Look real good. And my peppers and onions and stuff. I'm gonna take this and put it in there. How about that? You ever had that before? I'm not gonna put a lot where to swim it, just enough to give it some flavor. Because Italian vinaigrette, it got a lot of herbs in it, got a lot of flavor to it. So when you do that and try it, man, it makes a world of difference. All right. So that way, you don't need a lot of herbs and seasonings and all that, because sometimes your product already have that you can buy in the store, and you just add to it. Okay. I know somebody's mouth watering besides mine out there. And I know somebody out there on Facebook saying, man, I have to try that. You know, the 4th of July is coming up. So instead of doing ribs all the time, instead of doing that, do something different, you know. You can do hamburgers, hot dogs, you get ribs all time of the year, but do a piece of pork like this, slow cook it, dress it up, because you're gonna like it once I finish this presentation. You really are. All right, I'm gonna take these guys off and set them to the side. Look at that. Get away from me, bug. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all the juices begin to come out of it. You would think that was on a grill all day, but in reality it wasn't. And I'm still cooking that fat. All right. Well, let me swap out tanks because of my tank no got low on me. So I have to swap that guy out so I can get a flame. That's just the reality of TV. And you know, you're on Facebook, that's part of it. And then you see how this thing works about that. There we go. We're in business. Now, take you, set you there. We know this thing is extremely hot, so set them on the ground right there for now. Okay. Now it's time to prepare those zucchini, a little bit of that, a little bit of corn, peppers, and again the onion and the yellow squash. We're going to try to prepare those all together. All right. Okay, since our corn is small, I'm going to try to cut this zucchini and yellow squash to accommodate it, because you don't want a big piece of zucchini on your plate and looking at the little pieces of corn there. So I'm going to try to accommodate that by cutting it into small cuts. And what I did, cutting this zucchini like this, I julienned it first, and then I'm going to dice it. And you don't do what I do. Then you see the dice there? That's what I'm looking for there. And that's what I want. And I got this container here, put all those products in, so when I mix it together, it'll be together, and I can season it together and saute it together. So anytime you're cooking, you don't have to be a professional chef. You don't. Preparation is the key. Making sure you got everything you need, your mise en place they call it, all your prep stuff right there in front of you. Those guys, you can, man, they look good. They look really good. Waffle House ain't got nothing on me. Yeah. You know, early this year they did a challenge, Waffle House did, with their cooks, and I guess they're crowning people to be one of their top chefs. But you know what? All in all, I couldn't do what those guys do. Remember those orders? That take a special person to do that. You know, hats off to those guys at the Waffle House for doing that. And yellow squash, I'm julienning it and dicing it also, just like I did the zucchini. And I'm gonna add banana peppers to it, one of those guys. Set you over here. Set you there, one of these guys. And you see these seeds in there? These seeds are okay. If you eat one, you're fine, you're fine. But I'm gonna take it out like that. See how simple that was? That was very simple. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna press down on it, take my knife, and just push. And that takes those seeds out. And then just do like that. That comes right out, real easy. A lot of people like to take a spoon, knife, or something and just scrape it. And okay. And I'm gonna try to cut it the same way. And I think my potatoes and onions and all those guys, they're getting a little happy over here. And it sounds like they said, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. So guess what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna toss it a little bit, like that. And I'm gonna shake this up real well, like so. And I'm gonna drizzle just a little bit over it. That's to add flavor to it. So when you taste that and you see it and you be like, you don't even eat salt and pepper, which you don't. You don't want to season your food all the time before you taste it, you know? That makes it a whole lot easier. Now those guys go in there. Like I mentioned, the carrots. Take a few of these guys. And you know what? These carrots have already been washed and all that. The best nutrients you can get is the skin. You can leave that on there. I don't know why people like to peel them all the time. But when you cut it right, and as you may notice, I use a lot of the stuff from this farm. And I also brought a few things. The peppers and the onions came from this farm. These carrots came from this farm. And I'm julienning it the same way. Now, got all that in there. Here's the onion. And I'm just going to take a few slices of it, lay it on top of each other, and chop it also. I need to be looking at my hand, not the camera sometimes, because I don't want to be missing a couple fingers. Whoa, yep, we outside. There go the wind. We're good. We're real good. All right, a little bit of olive oil. Cut you guys off. Kind of hard to heat up with no flame there. Now, while that's heating up, yeah, I use olive oil. It says extra light olive oil. And then with this, I'm gonna put my pepper in there to heat up with it. And my salt in there to heat up with it. All right. While that's heating up, that's doing its thing. Stay still. Now this corn. I got some corn back here. You can get fresh corn. Fresh corn is good. I chose to get a little frozen for the simple fact of time. And I'm gonna take it off with my knife right here like this. And it got a lot of water in it. I wonder how many people really like corn on the cob. You know, a lot of people throw this stuff away. You can cut it, grill it, and then you can still eat that part too. Just take this center piece out. All right. Now, rough cut it a little bit. All right out here. I hope the camera can get a good shot at that. Okay. We should be good and hot now. Take these guys, put them in there. Put these guys in there. Too much work went into that to leave you in there. You see how beautiful that looks? I think I need just a little bit of red pepper to give it just a little bit of color, a little bit more color. And you may notice, like I was mentioning earlier, I try to keep the cut size all the same. And you see that? That's another southern style sacrifice pretty much, other than not having the beans and all the other stuff in it. Okay, but the cut size on that look great. Clean the station up just a little bit because I'm getting ready to plate up so people can see that's out there. See what I've done. Because I also have a surprise. I'm going to do some chicken also, boneless chicken breast. I'm just going to marinate it a little bit in an Italian and grill it in that skillet there. Okay, I think it's time to do a little plate presentation. I got these clear plates, plastic plates, because you know we're outside. And let me hurry up, all right? There's that pork. Give you a little vegetables, just starch. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run these guys just like that. So you can see that. And I got one more thing. Some good old bread. I need somebody to taste this. Any volunteers?
I don't know about tasting, but I got to see what you did with my pork. Oh man, that looks good.
Oh yeah.
That's when they make sure it's done right, you know.
Oh, hey, I gotta give your pork some justice. You know, I can't
we've
just.
had it from all the way from the beginning all the way to here.
Oh man,
that's good.
See that? I just toss a piece of bread. You can
Yes,
grill
sir.
this bread, all that.
Looks great.
All right, that's Facebook Live with Healthy Cooking with Chef Jeff on LaGrange TV. Check us out all the time. Just look us up on Facebook. Just check us out.